My school. Something very special. Something very precious. Something very close to my heart. I often wonder and ask myself, what makes it so special? And I know the answer. Everything. Why does this magic work for me? Why do I have this sense of belonging to my school, my South Point? Why am I so proud to be a South Pointer? One day, I set out to find the answer. In our library, there is a photograph of our founder Rector Shyotikanta Guho. I started reading his notes and I came up with the wonderful story of a boy who did not like going to school.
During the later part of my sojourn among the tough and shrewd men of commerce, I happened to commune daily with a sad boy of my past who was unhappy in his school. That boy, who was none else than what I had been in my school days, was sad because he could not belong. He desperately wanted to belong to his school. He hungered for ties with his teachers. His problem was the problem of rapport and communication. He could not, none helped him to, solve his problem. He remained a tragic figure, sad, forlorn, and frustrated.
The dream was to set up a school where students would love to come, where students would have a sense of belonging, a school that would become a home away from home.
The best way for the school to engender in the pupil a fervent wish to belong is for the school to draw the pupil to itself with an irresistible pull through love and pleasant experience. This the school could do by assuming the character and personality of a second home. To this idea, I was sold.
I have been associated with South Point School for more than 40 years. I found it to be an unusual school, unique in character. It enforced discipline, yet it was a loving and caring school.
I think about 1972-73. I mean, it's decades ago. And it's really flooding in a lot of memories of the wonderful time we've had in school and all the wonderful teachers who groomed us to be what we are today.
We were a group of dedicated teachers working under the guidance of our rector, Mr. Guho. Mr. Guho's aim was to set up an institution where middle-class children would get quality education at a reasonable cost.
In 1954, when South Point started its journey at 16 Mandeville Gardens, there was a big banyan tree that stood by the gate. Possibly, it symbolized the spirit of the institution itself, influencing its governing spirit. Spread your roots deep into the earth. Draw your succor from the rich cultural heritage of the community. Reach out for the sky, branch out in many directions to embrace knowledge in every possible way. Develop an environment where minds can be without fear, when hearts can be full of the courage to know. The first co-educational high school to be affiliated to the Secondary Board of Education, South Point was surely taking steps in the right direction to enhance an environment of equality and exchange.
কো-এডুকেশন স্কুলে পড়েছিলাম বলে আমার ছোটবেলা থেকে খুব আমি জানি না, আমাকে এখন যে বলা হয় যে মহিলাদের নিয়ে তুমি ছবি করো, তুমি এত মেয়েদের বুঝতে শিখেছো কি করে। সত্যি তো আমার বাড়িতে আমরা দু ভাই, আমার বাড়িতে যেমন নয় যে আমার বাড়িতে অনেক মহিলা ছিলেন বা আমি মহিলাদের মধ্যে মানুষ হয়েছি। হয়তো আমার স্কুলের বান্ধবীদের খুব কাছ থেকে খুব ছোটবেলা থেকে দেখতে পেরেছি বলে তাদের মনটা বোঝার একটা জায়গা আমার তৈরি হয়েছিল।
আমার উপর গানের ভাগটা দিয়েছিলেন, আমি গান শেখাতাম। যে আমরা যে ওখানে চাকরি করতাম সেটা আমাদের কাছে বড় ছিল না, আমরা একটা বড় পরিবারের মতন। আর সত্যি সকলে মিলে, আমরা সব টিচাররা মিলে অকুণ্ঠ সহযোগিতা পেয়েছি সকলকার কাছে। আগুনের পরশ মনে ছোঁয়াও প্রাণে এ জীবন।
The story of 50 years of South Point is not just the story of a golden past. It is the story of every batch of students who make it in their school. It is the story of me. It is the story of my school moving into an even more meaningful and enriching future.
Our commitment is to deliver child-centered quality education backed with progressive policies and systematic planning. We try to inculcate and emphasize all 4 pillars of learning: learning for learning, learning by doing, learning to live with others, and also learning to be.
Education is the manifestation of the perfection already in man. South Point, from its very inception, has attempted to inculcate in the young minds entrusted to its care this very true essence of education. And we would want each one of them, when they move out of our portals, impart that knowledge in the best way they can.
South Point High School, one of the largest schools in the world, offering its students the finest environment and facilities to know, to grow into better, more complete human beings who can bring positive changes in their own lives and the lives of millions they would touch. Our results are not limited to the best positions on the merit lists of school leaving examinations every year, or to the selection lists of the finest institutions for higher education, even to the rosters of who's who in a wide range of fields, from medicine to cinema, from sports to corporate organizations.
I still remember the warmth of my teachers, of my peers, the warm camaraderie we had with our fellow students in the class and in other classes. Those were great days. When anybody looks back at the school, whether it's me or any other ex-student, and looks back into those days of our childhood when we were together, it generates a great feeling, because that great feeling is the basis, is the platform on which we all build our lives and reached where we are today.
Our school helps all her students to display their latent talents.
It's only in this school and not in anywhere else in the world that I feel completely at home and at ease.
I had the best years of my life here. If I were ever given a time machine, I would like to come back to these years and spend my life again in this school.
Basically spent the most formative years of our life associated with this school, and that will leave a lasting impression throughout the whole of my life actually.
Teachers are so friendly. We have a huge library where we can sit and read books. We have PT classes, our computers.
In the 1990s, a new phase began at South Point, and the institution moved towards its goals with renewed vigor and enthusiasm. Today, South Point is embracing the challenges of the new millennium under the aegis of the MP Birla Group, carrying on its tradition of excellence. Awards for excellence: cycling to Dhaka, expeditions to the Himalayas, performance in the sports arena, cultural performances and fests, Telegraph School Awards, MP Birla Foundation Puja Utkarsh Samman.
As per their own sensibility, sense, visual sense, they will select. I was invited just to guide them because it's something new to them. So we thought that we should tell them that how we should see the image, what is our traditional form of image, and what is the idea behind the image, what is the idea behind the Autumn Festival.
South Point has always believed in extending its hand to the less fortunate ones among us. Shondipon, a free evening school for underprivileged children of the locality, is being run in the school premises. For a cyclone-devastated Orissa and for families of Jawans who lost their lives for us in the Kargil war, South Pointers have always come up with funds and rehabilitation support. In 1995, the MP Birla Shahrukh Kosh South Point was set up with a donation of Rs 35 lakhs by the MP Birla Foundation to South Point, in order to institute various awards and schemes to promote the spirit of excellence in academic and co-curricular spheres. All 12,500 students are insured against accidents 24 hours a day anywhere in India, and premium paid by Kosh. Ex-students wanting to pursue higher studies abroad are sponsored by the Kosh every year.
That let you go for different types of works. And all things must be creative. That you must remember.
The Golden Jubilee year has witnessed commencement of Saturday activity clubs, providing exposure to students in varied fields like drama, fine arts, dance, music, etc. by prominent persons. The South Point Ex-Students Association, Aspects in short, has been formed in 1996 and in its short span has been successful in providing a platform for interaction amongst the alumni. This is South Point today. 50 years young. 50 years ahead. South Point High School, building on the base of a golden tradition, reaching out to an even more fruitful future, based on the courage of conviction, the courage to know.